I just don't know where they're going to do with Mira's storyline. I think she might escape, or I think she's going to die. Personally, I'd like her to die because she's boring the fuck out of me.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I agree, she's really boring, so get her out of there. Like, put her back with the Forrester. She'd probably be more interesting there.
I just realized the murder thing hasn't been resolved. They haven't found someone to blame for the murder.
Oh, yeah, dude, we eavesdropped, and they were talking about
I heard.
They're like, we still haven't found them. Yeah, that was really interesting.
So maybe that'll be the reason why she leaves or possibly dies.
Oh.
Well, it depends. It's going to trace back to the dagger or the letter. Because he even asks you about the letter. Was it Lord Ashton? I can't remember what his name is now.
Oh, right. The guy who you had to deal with, but then he was like...
Lord Morgan.
Yeah.
He asks you if you have the letter or not, and he kind of like remembers what you said. I did feel like Jack the Ripper, though, when they were talking about me. It's like, they haven't found my person that's been killed. I was like, only 3 more people. How many do you need to be a serial killer? Is it 5?
Let's say 5.
Yeah, we'll talk about Westeros. It's not kind of like real world kind of things. Let's go a few more and I'll be up there as Mira Forrester's serial killer. But yeah, those storylines are really, really kind of weird in terms of the pacing. I just felt it was so off in this, and then that dialogue was almost atrocious at points. I was going to play hide and seek. Like, yeah, sure. She's also quite a tease as well.
What happened?
No, it's when she says she's also quite a tease when she's like, we'll play hide and seek after this is all over. It's like, this is never happening. It's like literally being friend zoned there, son.
Like, she actually meant, we'll go play hide and seek. And it's like, Jesus. What do you guys think of... this is something else, actually, another point to bring up, and we talked about it briefly, I think during or right before we started recording, I can't remember. But how, Adnan killed the slave master. And then me and Rebecca... Well, Rebecca actually wanted to kill the slave master, but I didn't. I stopped Bezka from doing it. Dude, what was your logic in that choice? And actually, I'd be curious, Rebecca, because technically we all have 3 different choices.
This is why I'm big boss in your cars, because I'm all about action, and you're all about thinking. I do things first, and then just
totally.
see, exactly, she would be the boss, like, it's that kind of thing. I was just
all our Telltale games. Oh.
I was just at that place where I was like, okay, what's that illusion of choice? I was like, no matter what I do, it's going to come back and bite me in the arse. And then I just kind of sat there. I was like, I don't really want to give that weapon to Beskar and piss her off anymore. I don't want Beskar's killer, so I'll do it. I was just like, went up to him, killed him. I was like, okay, that makes more sense. I felt like it's the logical one. I just kind of, I've been playing so many episodic games now, including Life is Strange and stuff, that I kind of just think like other people do in like doing the statistic pages. Like I think there's maybe one where I'm not I think I kind of hit like all the main choices which people agreed with. And even the Slave Master one, 36%, that makes sense because it was freeway choices. So like that would be pretty much like a alright average. I think like I just was like, it would make more sense just to kill him personally, and then I could like leave Beskar out of it, and I'm obviously going to get chewed up and spat out by Daenerys.
Becca, do you want to say what you wanted to choose that I was like, no, and I like took over and did it?
I wanted to let Beskar kill her former master, because I knew that if we were going in and Daenerys kept saying, let the slaves free themselves, basically, and let them fight their own masters, and you just give them an area to do so. I thought that Beskar, in a way, was fulfilling that role where she was killing her former master like Daenerys was letting the other people do. So I thought that was something Daenerys could back up if she found out that Beskar used to be a slave, and that's why she was so hesitant about this whole thing. I thought it would, I thought she would understand that more, which is funny because Adnan, you're like, I thought she would just make fun, she would just hurt me instead of Beskar, and that would be fine with me, leave her out of it. But to me, I thought it would go better if Beskar did it and not me, because Beskar had an emotional attachment to this.
You thought about that response very fast in that time. I had like 20 seconds to quickly pick a choice. I was like, I'll quickly kill him and just get it over with.
I totally knew it was coming. As soon as she said his name back when she was drunk at the camp, I'm like, the reason she said this name is because we're going to see him. And then as we're going through, like, hiding and sneaking around the corners, I'm telling Chris we should let Beskha kill him because I think that Daenerys would understand it. So I was planning it for minutes and minutes.
I remember that, yeah.
I realized that would possibly, hypothetically speaking, I kind of realized that would happen, but I just couldn't. I didn't connect the dots at that point. I was trying to like avoid her punches when she was drunk in the tent. So I just kind of like let it fly in my hands. And when I got to the scenario, I was like, oh well, I might as well do it now. I'll get chewed up and spat out by a dragon or something. Might be better tomorrow, but I mean, like, I was like, I might as well go over there. I get the good end
of the deal, though, because I just tell Chris what to do if I'm quick enough to respond, and he just does all the buttons, because I'm not good with any sort of quick kind of button. So I'm just there thinking the whole time, so...
Yeah, that's true. My choice, I chose not to, and that's what ultimately, our game was affected by. Because, dude, I don't know, man, I've read so many comic books and so many superhero things, and always they're like, if you kill out of revenge, you'll always feel bad. Remember Batman, what Val Kilmer told Robin? Like, and then after Two-Face, who's after that, huh? One day you'll wake up sweating in the middle of the night, and you'll wonder, how did I get here? And it's, so I'm like, fucking Batman wouldn't do it. So that's why I stopped her, because of Batman.
Yeah, you figured she would.
I like how that's
the short version.
The most ridiculous connection between Telltale and Batman.
Like, I stopped her because Batman would have stopped her, and I like Batman. That's why I did it.
She was like your spirit animal, and you based every decision on Batman. That would be
Batman's my spirit animal. It's awesome.
It's
the signal, and like fucking the march kicks in. But yeah, that was essentially the reason why. Because I thought if she kills him, she's gonna go on a rampage of killing people out of vengeance, and it won't stop with him, and she'll just become just as bad as he is. So I stopped her from doing that, and I figured maybe that'll play into it. But I think I'm thinking into it too much. No matter what, she's gonna get pissed at you, I think.
I didn't think into it too much. I'll go to my choice. I just went with a simple option. That story was really weird, because I felt like it kind of wasted Beskha as the best character for a story arc, and subdued it to a slave thing. Agreed. Because as soon as she's like, I don't want to be at Mirren, I'm like, obviously she's a slave. Mm-hmm. Like, it's one of those kind of like, as Becca did with the master turning up, I was just there like, she's obviously a slave, hence why she didn't want to return to Mirren. Maybe that's my kind of Game of Thrones knowledge that's coming into play, but I just kind of thought like it was wasted, and then they kind of made it into a drunk, and then there were moments of class, like where Croft's fighting Beskha, and you can egg Beskha on to keep punching him. I kind of did that as well.
You did
yeah, I egged her on to keep beating up Croft.
Anarchy!
Oh yeah, I'm always all about anarchy. And that was kind of cool, and then they kind of like eliminated some things. But I think like when you go into the 10, I was talking to Daenerys. One, Emilia Clarke's voice acting is spot on. I think it's great. It kind of replicates the TV show. But B, like, it also reminds me why I hate Daenerys Targaryen so much, that she's the most whiny character. She's like, how? You didn't hurt my dragons, did you? It's like, oh my. She's like, just this kind of, those moments of dialogue where it's so bad, because like, even though she has terrible dialogues in the TV show, she would not say that in real life, in the actual game. Like, I don't know how you kind of get this weird contrast in dialogue, because it's just so like cheesy at some points.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Some of them, I think, to be honest, I think in general, all the show actors that are coming into doing the voices, I think they're spot on. People were complaining that Tyrion wasn't as Tyrion-y as he could have been, and I'm like, really? I thought he was great. Like, I thought he was perfect, and honestly, I think they all are. Like, there's not a character that I'm kind of like, like, I think they're all, like, good in their own right.
Well, I mean, like, Tyrion's sense of humor goes after the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Like, he has a great sense of humor in the first season when you watch it. He's like, I want to go to the wall, piss off the world or something. It was that great line in the first episode.
Yeah, when he gets more stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you would when he's like, an imp, and like his father hates him, and he's dealing with a bastard son on the king.
Except for what was it? What was the cock joke? in the newest episode where he's like, if you pat the dwarf on the head, it's good luck. He's like, and if you suck. That was great. And what was it? The dwarf will keep his cock. That was so.
Yeah. When he's like, no, it's large. I swear, you'll have to bring me alive.
Yeah. He has some great moments in the show. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I think that story outside of Westeros is kind of messing up as well a little bit. Because when I was doing it, I was a little bit like, I don't know, the focus was too much on Beskha and then less on Asher. And then at the end, there's that whole stealth sequence that happened, which was kind of a little bit bizarre. Good,
I liked
it. Good, but not. It felt out of place in that episode.
I see what you're saying. It was kind of like I think honestly, it would have been a stronger ending to end on the right before they. What is it called? Like when they were negotiating for the trading the sun for a sun. Like, I think that would have been a lot more of an epic ending. And then, like, like a little something in between that. Just a little something. And then you cut back to, Ramsay is like, hey, I'm Ramsay, I'm evil. So, like that would have been a better thing. I see what you mean. That would have been a great opening. Wouldn't that have been a great opening for the next episode? Yeah. Something action-packed, something, But, dude, I did like it, though. I thought it was really cool.
That's because that episode 3 of the dragon sequence where we open, it's kind of in the action. And then that stealth scenes at the end, near the end of episode 4, it was a little bit weird.
Yeah,
it felt weird because this is the problem with the pacing. This is where kind of my criticism came. Where it's like the pacing was so off when I was doing it. I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Because like Walking Dead was more kind of the first season of Walking Dead was really kind of evenly paced, and you had those really great stealth moments. You had to do a certain thing. This one was just in the place of it. And I was like, this was so weird that I'm doing it now.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like it's more. It was like the first part where I felt like I was playing a video game. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh man, I'm thinking strategically, and I have to like stop this guy. But it was kind of like out of place. Yeah, it was a bit random for pacing purposes, and But it was a cool part though, cool sequence, like on its own.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. Stop those beacons.
But I guess final thoughts on the episode. I sense we're winding down. So
we've missed one gentleman, Mr. Garrett Tuttle.
Mr. Garrett.
Oh shit! Okay, Tuttle. Yeah, I think the inclusion of the potato fucker's sister is awesome. And sorry, I forgot your name.
I love when you call
I think it was like Silver. It wasn't Silver, but it was something about how she has white hair.
Yeah. The
Sylvie,
potato...
I think.
Oh, Sylvie, right? That was the sister of the potato fucker, right? Yeah, I'm really intrigued with that.
I think it's Cotter, Chris.
Cotter? Oh, it is Cotter. Right. Like, welcome back.
I like how he calls him potato fucker in this episode.
Yeah, for some reason because he said it. Yeah, Finn, right? Is that his name?
Yeah, it's Finn.
It, so I'm like, hey man, potato fucker.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, that's fucking great. I love Finn.
Dude, it's like he's the shipbreak of Game of Thrones, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's like, he's a wildling? Shouldn't you have told me that?
But yeah, the albino sister, oh man, I can't wait to see what she has in store, because she seems like they could do some interest with her character.
Yeah, she seemed very interesting. I imagine she must have some sort of magic thing about her. I don't know, that's the kind of odd vibe that I got from her. She was a little off.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be similar to the Brandon from Game of Thrones TV show. I think it's going to be that kind of storyline. Where there's the North Road, and they're going to kind of find out what they're looking for in there. I thought that arc was all right. I mean, getting out the prison cell was a bit boring and tedious. I love how the guy's like, I want lemon cake. And, I will leave my prisoner here, and hopefully he won't escape. Of course, I won't leave that prison whilst you want to get your lemon cake. And conveniently, certain things like that.
Trough in there, and I was like, okay, I guess that's the only way we're going to get out, a trough. Is that what it's called? The thing that... The tool that was in there. I don't remember.
That, like,
as soon as I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, who would leave that in there? Like, if... That just doesn't seem like a smart thing to do with a prisoner.
Yeah, because Cotter helped you on the other side when you were using it. So maybe it was like a two-man job, because...
he was only the lookout, remember? And he was just like, hey,
oh, right, yeah. That was one of the options, to help you, or... Yeah, you're right, he was a lookout, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's video game logic. I mean,
game logic.
How does Mario jump so high? We don't question it.
Yeah, there was. I think that story needs improving though. It just kind of. I love Finn and. I think Finn is a great character to complement Garrett. I think he's got a really brash personality that can kind of bring out something in that storyline. And obviously, Carter's like, it's when Carter's speaking to his sister, and then Finn's there, like, what the hell's going on? He's like ready to like kill her with his sword. And do you know what the funny part is? Do you know when he goes and talks to the wildlings, Carter?
Yeah.
Carter. He goes and talks to him, and they like pin him down, and then all of a sudden it's like, come out if you want your friend to live. I was like, oh fuck shit. I was like, I'm gonna get out of here. And then all of a sudden one of them just stabs him for some reason. And then like for no reason, it's like, okay.
So you don't know how to talk to your kind.
Wait a minute. So did you stay hidden and then she stabbed, or did you get out and she
No, I got out.
Dude.
No, I got out, and when I was running to him.
You know what's funny? She stabbed him and because we hid.
Oh really?
So it doesn't matter. Again, Lucian of choice. He has to
Did you shoot the wildling that ran off with your food?
No, I didn't, because the guy was like, "Don't do it; it's already done."
I spent like 2 minutes waiting to like shoot, and I stopped. Whereas add my serial killer resume in Westeros, but I kind of stopped.
I was like, he's killed like 3 people already, so
yeah. That's really funny.
He's actually killed a lot of people.
I think he might be the one so far.
Well, no, because Asher, because he was a hired, like, sellsword, so we just haven't seen it, but he's definitely more murderous.
Oh, yeah. He's probably my favorite Forrester, because he's just, like, I think he has the coolest story, but...
Who, Asher?
And he just looks like Bobby.
He's like I was going to say mini cars, but we'll leave it at that.
Mini cars, he's getting...
He also has that Cars vibe about him, but we'll stop doing the Cars comparison. But overall, I think this is a weird episode because I think that this is the kind of episode where it can throw someone off from playing the rest of the series. Mm-hmm. Granted, obviously you bought the season pass, but it's just one of those moments where you watch a TV show, you get to that episode, and you're like, literally, you can pick up the remote, turn off the TV, and like, I'm done, and walk out and never come back to that TV show. I just think there was too many issues with it.
Yeah.
Like moments in it, I think there was great moments in it. I think the voice acting for Amelia Clark was pretty decent, and also things here and there, but there were issues, and I think even the engine was running really weird when I was in the episode. I swear it was freezing at certain points during a cutscene, and it was just like kind of like stuttering at certain points. But I mean, hopefully there's a rejuvenation in certain storylines and they keep continuity going. But Roderick Forrest, to be honest, I could see every other character dying at this point and just focusing on Roderick. Like, that's all I care about now, because that storyline is building into a war.
Yeah, I think shit's gonna go down next episode and set it up. Especially
you'll find out
the stuff that's going on in the background, you know?
Yeah, you'll find out who your traitor is. I wonder who that... I think that even might be Elena, someone.
Oh, if it were Elena, that would definitely be a surprise.
Oh, Elena? Yeah. I mean... Well, no, also, we need to find out who's the traitor for, what was it? Damn it, who's the thing that's going on right now, Boogie, with, the 2 guys? That one of them's Duncan and the other guy's remember?
Oh, right. Well, we weren't sure if it's one of them that's the traitor. That was our original thought, that Duncan was the calm one, so it would be very surprising if he were the traitor, and then the other one is very aggressive. His possible sentinels, his one sentinel, and then the one that was almost the sentinel. Right. But I don't think it's going to be either of them.
No,
and I think it's going to be a total third party.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could.
It's obviously not my Meister theory. We'll cut that out of the equation because he got beaten up to shit in
this episode. It was a good thought, though, because Meisters, they just care about healing. Like, they don't have a total connection to the family.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
it's
Elena,
just like your family doctor for years. Like, he's not going to side with you if it isn't in his best interest. Yeah.
I was thinking Elena at one point, but I don't know if that's actually going to be completely the case. Because I think she obviously doesn't want to marry Lord Whitehill's son. But I do think it's going to be someone... Hopefully that is the big twist that kind of catches people off, because that might be a good redeeming part of the story.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess we'll see. It really could go either way. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It would be very interesting if it was Talia in a misguided way, his little sister, like how she clearly wants to prove herself. Maybe she aligned with them as a way to keep her brother safe, and then got in over her head.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
That's possible.
There's some kind of like
She might be a little too young for that kind of betrayal, but it would be interesting.
Yeah.
Mate, there's all kinds of shit happening in that universe, and people are 12.
I mean, Tommen's king, isn't he 13? So
yeah, he's 13. And he's married to Marjorie Terrell in the show, who's like 29
and
or something like that.
And Arya's like an assassin now. So
I'm so excited for that in the TV show. Can't wait to see her spread her wings.
She's gonna change her name to Altair. Start like a crossover event. Altair was a girl, apparently.
Chris, Ubisoft don't acknowledge women as assassins as of yet until the Syndicate comes out.
And not even on the front of the package either. Just like
exactly
chilling on the side.
On the side, next to the guy.
Yeah, my kind of, I already kind of gave my final thoughts, but kind of like looking forward towards the future. Yeah, you know, I'm hoping for good stuff. I don't know if we'll get good stuff. I hope we do, but you know, I think the series is definitely reaching the point where it's at this precipice of whether or not it's going to have a bang for a finale, or it's going to kind of go out with like a bit of a whimper, or like maybe a not as big of an ending as we were hoping. I hope it's more Walking Dead Season 1 than Wolf Among Us, if that makes any sense. But you know, we'll see where it goes going forward. But I'm hoping for good stuff. But honestly, at this point, I just enjoyed playing a video game with my wife. Like that's how I feel right now. I want
Borderlands. I want to meet Joe Swanson again.
Oh, yeah, Peter, what are you doing?
Peter. That was a great finale of that, and now I'm just sat here waiting for me and Chris, like, twiddling our thumbs, like, when will that come back so we can do a spoiler cast? But I will give it a second chance. I just hope I don't get to episode 5 and it's literally dropped to the point where I'm like, like, what a great kind of, like, opening few episodes, and then we fall flat.
Yeah. So, alright, well, I guess that'll go ahead and wrap us up, guys. Alright, well, yeah, that's it for this Spoilercast episode. To keep up to date with Gamer Headlines' Spoilercast, be sure to follow the Gamer Headlines Show, which is an entertainment podcast that Ad and I host, on Twitter, at TGH Show, or like our Facebook page, The Gamer Headlines Show. Additionally, Gamer Headlines' Spoilercast can be found on Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube, Dailymotion, and of course right here at GamerHeadlines.com. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you in the near future.
Bye. Bye.